With this Strand Hunter build, we are able to utilize an infinite dodging loop that is going to provide us with several benefits, from killing everything with our charged melee to granting us insane damage resist, as well as constantly healing us, all while being able to suspend all the enemies we want. So make sure to stick around until the end of the video so you too can learn to become a dancing Strand master. And if you want to see more Destiny build videos, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. First off, you're going to have to get your hands on a pair of Radiant Dance Machine exotic legs. Activating your dodge ability while near targets allows you to dodge additional times for a short period. Defeating targets extends the duration of the additional dodge. So when we dodge, we can keep activating our dodge as many times as we want within a short time period, but if for every kill you get, it can keep stacking all the way up to 10 seconds. So if done properly, you can have infinite dodges. So as long as you can keep your dodge up infinitely, that will allow you to use your charged melee infinitely, create orbs of power infinitely, as well as heal you and give you a bunch of grenade energy back. So for your abilities, you want to make sure you're running Gambler's Dodge to recharge your melee ability whenever you dodge near targets. And that's going to reset our Threaded Spike, which is a rope dart that we throw that bounces between targets, damaging and severing them. The dart will return and you can catch it to return some melee energy, but we're not worried about that because we're going to be able to recharge them anytime we dodge, and we're pretty much going to always guarantee you that we get a kill, if not on the first throw, on the second throw, or you can even use a weapon to get a kill to reset the timer of your dodge so you can infinitely have your Threaded Spike up. And since your Threaded Spike severs targets, it's going to make them do significantly reduced damage to you, around 30%. And utilizing the heavy-handed arms mod, we're going to be getting an orb of power every time we get a powered melee final blow, and anytime we pick up an orb of power, it's going to give us woven mail from Thread of Warding Strand Fragment. And since we're constantly dodging, you want to be using Powerful Attraction mod in your Hunter Cloak, which is going to pick up all the nearby orbs of power whenever you use your class ability. So you can create an infinite loop of dodging using your melee, which is going to kill enemies, sever them, they're going to deal less damage to you, they're going to drop orbs of power when you kill them, and then you dodge again, which is going to give you your melee energy back. It's going to pick up all the orbs of power nearby, which those orbs of power will give you woven mail for damage resistance, which is also going to heal you from picking up orbs of power from recuperation in your leg armor, as well as recharge some of your grenade energy from innervation on your leg mod as well. And the grenade you're going to want to use for this build is the Shackle Grenade, which is going to suspend targets, basically rendering them useless for the duration that they're suspended, allowing you to deal with them or any other targets nearby. Now, pairing that Shackle Grenade with the Widow Silk Strand aspect is going to give us 2 grenade charges. So being able to have 2 Shackle Grenades is going to give us infinite suspending, and dealing any damage will generate grenade energy through Thread of Generation. So that paired with innervation from picking up orbs of power, reducing your grenade cooldown, and having 2 grenades will pretty much infinitely always allow you to have a Shackle Grenade at the ready. And for our other Strand aspect, we're using Threaded Spectre. Whenever we activate our class ability, it's going to leave behind a decoy woven from Strand Matter, which draws the attention of nearby combatants. Once this decoy is destroyed, it'll blow up and deal damage. It'll drop threadlings that'll seek out and attack foes. You can also damage this yourself by any means and destroy early to get those threadlings to seek out enemies. But this only works once every time we activate our Radiant Dance Machines, so there is a cooldown for that. And anytime we get a kill with our empowered melee, it's going to give our Strand weapon rounds unraveling rounds through the Strand Fragment Thread of Propagation. And for our last Strand Fragment, you should be using Thread of Continuity just to increase the duration of suspend, unravel, and sever effects, which we will be utilizing all 3 of those. And I hope you enjoy using your super ability, because we're going to be getting it back quite often with the hands-on perk from our helmet mod. You should always make sure you have some type of siphon to generate more orbs of power from whatever weapons you're utilizing. In your arms, you can create even more orbs of power using heavy-handed, as well as helping reduce your grenade cooldown by causing damage with your melee attack. Since you're dodging near combatants quite often, you're going to be pretty close, so you should be having melee damage resist in your chest piece, as well as concussive dampener to reduce the area of effect damage from combatants. We already brought it up earlier in the video, but it's important to use recuperation to heal you each time you pick up an orb of power, and innervation to reduce your grenade cooldown even further from picking up an orb of power. And always make sure to slot in a weapon surge which matches the element of the weapon you're using most. And in your class item, again, make sure you have a powerful attraction. You can stack a second one to increase the radius, because our rope darts will be traveling out killing things, so they might drop orbs of power even further away. So if you have 2 of these, it'll make the radius bigger so you can pick up even more orbs of power, as well as bomber to reduce your grenade cooldown when using your class ability. As far as your weapons go, you can pretty much use anything you want. Just make sure you have some type of strand weapon equipped. I would recommend using circular logic. You can get it from Neo Muna. It's a strand heavy machine gun, and it can roll with demolitionist, so you can get even more grenade energy back when you get kills with this weapon, as well as reloading the weapon whenever you throw a grenade. And this machine gun pairs super nicely for unraveling targets. The season's almost over, so the artifact for this video might not make sense in a couple of weeks, but if you're watching this video from now before the end of the season, then you definitely want to have Strand authorized mods melee, improved unraveling to increase the amount of damage dealt from unraveling a target, and Strand soldier. Your Strand weapons gain unraveling rounds whenever you gain woven mail while your Strand subclass is equipped.